I am Najmus Sahar, lecturer in Business Studies, Vishwamana PU College, Chitradurga. So students, in last video we have discussed regarding the meaning of business, as well as we have seen the economic activities as well as non-economic activity, and the different economic activity that we are going to perform, that we are going to witness in our society. Today I am going to discuss one more important concept. Okay, from this chapter, this particular concept is very important for the 4 marks. Okay, again it is going to be asked for the 4 marks question, very important again. So now let us discuss nature of business activity, or the feature or characteristics of business activities. Okay, so in order to know the differences between the other activities and the economic activities, we need to know the fundamental characteristics which differentiate the business activity from the other activities which is prevail in a society. So now let us discuss the business activity which differentiates the other activities with the help of certain points. The first nature of business activity is an economic activity. An economic activity. So as I told you, every business organization, the main intention, the main purpose is to earn money. Okay, earning money by satisfying the needs and requirements of an individual. By satisfying the needs and requirements of individual, they are going to get the profit. Profit is the main motive of every business organization. You can start your business on a smaller scale, okay, that is by producing or by selling the goods and services in a small scale, in the sense keeping a small shop, you can sell the goods and services to the ultimate users. For that you are going to get the amount, you are going to earn the profit, that is on a small scale. Either you can do the economic activity on the larger scale by purchasing or by producing the goods and services on a bulk quantity. Okay, by arranging the cooperation, through the cooperative society, you can sell those goods and services for the profit. That is what an economic activity. You can do it on a small scale, okay, on a small scale or at a large scale. Through just keeping a small shop, you can sell the goods and services for the profit, or by keeping a large shop like a wholesaler or through a cooperative society. Likewise, by keeping that, you can sell the goods and services for the profit. So that is what we say economic activity. Economic activities means what? Every business intention, every business organization is to, the main motive is to earn the profit. How they are going to earn the profit? By producing the goods and services or by purchasing the goods and services and reselling those goods and services to the ultimate user for the profit, for certain values. Okay, that is what the economic activity. You can do this activity on a smaller scale, on a larger scale. Just by keeping a small shop, you can do this activity, or by keeping a large shop, you can do it activity. That is what the economic activity. The next one which separates the other activities of the society from the business activity is production or procurement of goods and services. Procurement or production of goods and services. Before introducing or before selling the goods and services or before offering the goods and services in the market, first thing a business firm, a business enterprise has to decide is whether to purchase the goods and services or to produce the goods and services. That is what the two important concepts. Production, that is the manufacturing of goods and services within your firm, or procurement of getting or obtaining or purchasing of goods and services from the other companies, from the other industries. That is what production and procurement of goods and services. So before introducing the goods and services to the market, a firm, a business industries has to decide whether to produce or manufacture the goods and services by myself, or I should get those goods and services from the other industries. That is what the production and procurement of goods and services. You are producing the goods and services, okay, purchasing of goods and services, not for yourself, but after purchasing of goods and services, you are distributing, you are selling, or you are exchanging those goods goods and services to the ultimate user. That is also one of the important characteristics that differentiate the business activity from the other activities of the society. So either you can produce, or either you can manufacture the goods and services, or you can borrow, you can purchase from the outsiders. Okay, whatever you have purchased or whatever you have produced, that you are not keeping with yourself, instead you are disposing of goods and services. Disposal in the sense you are distributing those goods and services to the ultimate user for some value. That is what production or procurement of goods and services. So here the goods and services will be the two ways. One is the consumer goods, one is consumer goods, another one is capital goods. Capital goods. Okay, you can produce the consumer goods as well as the capital goods. You can purchase or produce. The consumer goods are nothing but the whatever the day-to-day usage, whatever the product day-to-day you are going to use, like salt, like milk, okay, fruits, that all comes under your consumer goods. Okay, which cannot last for the longer period of time. Okay, which cannot remain for the longer period of time. Such products are called as a consumer products. Okay, the next one is capital goods. The capital goods like your machineries, okay, furnitures, fixtures, all the fixed assets, TV, durable products we say. Such products also you can either purchase or you can get it from the outside. That is what the production or procurement of goods and services. The next one is sale or exchange of goods and services. Sale or exchange of goods and services. Goods and services. So here another very important nature of business activity is sale and exchange of goods and services. Okay. So you are producing the goods and services and you are purchasing goods and services. If it is for yourself, for your personal usage or for your personal consumption, such activity will be not considered as a business activity. Okay, production or the purchase of goods and services for the self-consumption, such activity will be not called as a business activity. Instead, if you are purchasing or if you are manufacturing the goods and services for the purpose of selling at a profit to others, to the consumer, such activities is called as a exchange or sale of goods and services. So directly or indirectly, okay, it will have an impact on in your business. Okay, selling is a must to call it as a business activity or business economic activity. That is what sale or exchange of goods and services. For example, a mother is preparing a food for your family. That is not called as a business activity. Instead, she is preparing the food. Okay, she is preparing the food and selling that food in some restaurant to the other person is called as a business. Getting the example is a person is preparing a food for the family. Okay, it is not called as a business activity. If the same she is preparing the food and she is supplying that goods to the other person in a restaurant for certain price or for certain value is called as a business activity. Sale and exchange is must to be called it as a economic activity. Next one is dealing in goods and services. Dealing in goods and services on regular basis. Another very important characteristics of a business activity is dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. Continuous should be there. Okay. Once if you sold the goods, the profit, such transaction will not called as a business activity. Okay, single transaction or single activity will not constitute as a business activity. Say for example, if you sold a particular product at a profit, such a transaction will not called as a business activity. Similarly, if you are selling the goods and services, this particular goods and services on a regular basis, by keeping a shop, you are selling, or through your residence, you are selling the goods and services on regular basis, on continuous basis, such activity or such transaction will be considered as a business activity. A single transaction, once if you sold the goods and services to the person even for the profit, such transaction, a single transaction will not constitute a business activity. That is what? Dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. Take for example, if I sold a telephone or a radio set to another person, even if I sold it at a profit, that single transaction will not called as a business. Okay. If similarly, if I sold the phone set or radio set by keeping a shop on a regular basis, or from my residence I am going to sell those things on a regular basis or a continuous basis, such activities will be called as a economic activity. That is what? Dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. The next one is earning profit. Earning profit. Earning profit. As I told you, the business purpose, the main intention of every business is to earn the profit. So they are going to earn the profit by producing the goods and services, by distributing the goods and services, through satisfying the needs and requirements of the consumer they are going to earn. So profit is essential for the growth as well as the survival of a business. Without the profit, no business organization, no company is going to run their business for the longer period of time. They are not going to stand in the market for the longer period of time. So earning profit is essential, a primary objective of every business organization. Say for example, if you have opened any shop, from that if you are getting the profit, you are earning very well, then you are going to continue the business. If you are suffering losses, if you are not earning adequate profit, adequate money from that particular shop, then you are not going to continue the such business. Instead, you are going to close your business, or you are going to face a difficulty if you are not going to earn the money. Okay, that is what? Earning profit. Earning profit is essential in order to survive, in order to grow in the market. If you are not earning sufficient profit, then you are not going to survive for the longer period of time. That is what? Earning profit is also very important nature of business. Next one is uncertainty in returns. Uncertainty in returns. So uncertainty means what? Lack of future knowledge. You don't know what is going to happen in the coming days, in the next day, what is going to be happen. So the lack of knowledge regarding the future causes the uncertainty for the business, or uncertainty in return. To start your business, you are going to invest the capital, you are going to make a huge investment. Okay, it is not known for you how much I am going to get back, what percent of amount I am going to get back if I invest the amount. That is what the lack of future knowledge regarding the earnings is called as a uncertainty in return. Uncertainty and risk both are always associated with the business. Without risk, no business activity is going to be carried. There will be no business. So uncertainty means what? Lack of future knowledge. What is going to be happen in the next? Such will have an effect on your business. That is also one characteristic. Next is risk. A risk is always associated with the business. If the risk is high, okay, if you face a lot of risk, if you face the risk and if you tolerate the risk in a business, then you are going to earn the profit. Okay, so risk in the sense exposure to losses. Risk here refers to the exposure to losses. Whatever the losses you are going to suffer, such things is called as a risk. So the risk may be changes in the taste and preferences of the customers. Okay, suddenly there will be a change in the market. Okay, trend has been changed. Taste and preferences of the customers has been changed. A huge competition in the market. Okay, so changes in the government policy. These are all comes under the risk. As a business person, he has to face the risk. Okay, for that he is going for bearing of these two, he is going to earn the reward is called as a profit. Okay, that is what a risk. Well, these are the characteristics and the feature nature of business, very important for the 4 marks. First is economic activity, production or procurement of goods and services, sale or exchange of goods and services, dealing on goods and services on a regular basis, earning profit, uncertainty in return and the risk. These are the 7 points very important for the point of view of examination. Now let us discuss the objectives of business. So here are the objectives of business, very important for the point of view of examination. This particular question will be asked for the 8th mark. Okay, it is a 8th mark question again. The objectives of business. So the objectives of business here refers to, okay, it is a starting point for the organization to set the objective. Without the objectives, without setting of goals, okay, we have no meaning. Okay, the business itself has no meaning, and the life has a no meaning if it doesn't set the objectives. Okay, so objectives are very important in order to know the performance. Okay, in order to know your achievements. Okay, so here the business objective is the major objective of business is to earn the profit. The business person themselves says that, the business people themselves proclaims that producing the goods and services, distributing goods and services for the profit. Okay, so thereby the profit is a very important objectives or the motive of every business organization. So that says that profit, earning profit is the main objectives of a business. Okay. But however, nowadays people has realized that the profit, earning profit is not only one objective of business, but there are other objectives. So nowadays business people has realized that business is a part of society. As a part of society, they have a certain responsibility, they have certain obligation towards the society, thereby they have to contribute to the societies as well. That is what we, the social responsibility. Okay, social responsibility. So although earning profit is a main objective, but it is not only objective of a business. Okay, it is not only one objective of business. Okay, but we cannot ignore the importance of earning money. So we need a profit in order to run our business, in order to survive our business. So the objectives of business have been categorized into two ways. One is a primary objective, another one is secondary objective. So under primary objective, we have one was earning profit. Profit is the earning profit or profit maximization we say. And the next one is consumer satisfaction. Consumer satisfaction is the primary we can say, or the fundamental objectives of business. Coming to the secondary objectives, we have multiple objectives we can say. We will discuss it later. Now let us discuss first the primary objectives of a business. First one is profit. What is profit? Excess of income over expenditure is called as a profit. What is profit here? Excess of income over expenditure. You are getting more what you have invested, getting more what you have spent. That is called as profit. So every businessman thinks that they want to earn more. How they are going to earn? Whatever the amount we have invested, more than that I have to get. That is what the desires or desire of or willing of every individual. That is what we say profit. Or excess of revenue, you can also say in other words revenue over cost. Okay, that is what you must say. Cost or expenditure is nothing but your investment, and the return for your investment is nothing but income or revenue that you have to earn more. So you need profit, you have to earn money for the business. Profit is essential in order to run the business, and profit is essential to survive. Okay, it is required to meet the day-to-day activities of the business, to purchase the assets for the business. This profit will also indicate the efficiency of a business. Okay, it will also say the effectiveness of a management as well. Okay, if you are not getting enough profit, then what we are going to say, this business is poor, this business is not doing well. Okay, so in order to gain a good name, in order to gain a reputation in the market, you have to earn the profit. So the profit is essential. The profit is essential for the various reasons. The various reason is like for spending the day-to-day activities of the business, to purchase the fixed assets or the raw materials for the business. Okay, to gain a reputation in the market, you need to earn the profit. Okay, for the survival purpose, for the expansion purpose, you need a profit. This profit will indicate the effectiveness of the firm, or the effectiveness as well as the efficiency of the management as well as the business. So for these various reasons, you have to earn the profit. Profit means what here? Excess of income over expenditure, or getting more what you have invested is called as a profit. That is what the major intention of business. Apart from the earning profit, another one is consumer satisfaction. In olden days, profit is only criteria for the business people, but now what the people has realized that you have to earn the profit by satisfying the customers, by satisfying the consumer. As a businessman, he has to produce the goods and services according to the needs and requirements of an individual. Individual is what? The customers. Okay, businessman has to survey the market. He has to collect the information regarding the requirements of a consumer. After collecting, he has to arrange the resources and then he has to produce the goods and services in order to meet the requirement, in order to fulfill the demands of a consumer. That is what consumer satisfaction. You have to produce the goods and services. A manufacturer, a producer, or a business person, he has to produce the goods and services according to the needs and wants of a people, according to the needs and wants of a consumer. That is what the consumer satisfaction. Now business people think that by satisfying the needs and requirement of the customers, we are going to earn the profit. That is what the primary objectives of a business. Next one is secondary or multiple objective. Multiple objectives. In every area we have to set the objectives. In every area we have to set the objectives. This objective will give us a direction, will guide us to move in a right direction. That is why the multiple objectives we need to set in each and every area we need to set the objectives to know our performance, to know our efficiency. Okay, this performance will result, or this performance will have an effect on our survival as well as the prosperity of a business in a longer period of time. If we doesn't set objectives, if we not set an objective, then we doesn't come to know where we are moving, which direction we are moving, whether we are matching to our objectives or we are diverting from our objectives. So setting objectives in each and every area is very crucial, very important to move in a right direction. Now let us discuss the first multiple objectives of business is market standing. Market standing. Market standing. What is market standing? So market standing is nothing but where you are standing when compared with your competitors. Okay, the ranking of a business in comparison with, in relation with the competitors. That is what we say market standing. Okay, market standing in the sense what type of goods and services you are rendering to the public, you are selling to the general public or to your customers, and what are the offerings you are giving to your customers when compared with your competitors. What is your status? Where is your standing in a market? That is what market standing. So market standing is very important. To become a leader, you have to stood atop when compared with your competitors. That is what market standing. It is every company's desire. It is every company is willing to stand at a top position. Okay, when compared with its relation to its competitor in terms of offering, in terms of satisfying the requirements of a customers. That is what market standing. Market standing here refers to the ranking of a company, ranking of a firms. That is what we say market standing. Next one is innovation. Innovation. So invention, discovering new things is again very important characters in order to become a successful. Okay, in order to become a successful, you should have a unique, you should distinct you from one another. From the compared to your competitor, when compared to other industries, you should be innovative. Innovative in two terms. Innovation will be in two ways. One is products. Okay, another one is method. That is your production. Okay, so product in the sense launching of new goods and services, and method in service in the process, in the production of goods and services. What are the new ways, new techniques, new methods you have adopted? That is what innovation. Innovation is very essential. Okay, innovation is very essential to survive for the longer period of time. Okay, to attract the customer, innovation is essential. So innovation means what here? Innovation means what? New ideas. where in products or in a method. You need to launch a new goods and services to attract the customers. Okay, to meet the competition or to gain a standing, market standing. Again, you need to be a innovation. So no business is going to flourish in a market, in a competitive world without innovation. So innovation is very crucial to gain a market standing in a competitive world. That is what innovation. Next one is productivity. So productivity here means what? Efficiency of firm. Okay, productivity means what? Here we are going to measure, we are going to ascertain between the comparison between the input and output. So here comparison, the productivity is going to ascertain, it is going to be measured in relation with the input, the raw material, the investment what we are making, and whatever we are getting, that is what the output, the result what we are getting. That is by measuring in between these two, we come to know the productivity of the firm. So productivity means what? Comparison between the input as well as the output. Okay, if the input is more than the output, then you are not a productive firm, you are not an efficient firm, you are not producing the goods and services effectively and efficiently well. When the input is more, whatever the investment you have invested is more than your output, your result, in that case your firm is not a productive firm. Okay, if the input is less and the output is more, okay, then that firm will be called as a productive firm. It will save the efficiency of the firm, and efficiency is very essential to grow and to survive in the market. That is what productivity. Next so the next multiple objectives are physical and financial resources. So physical and financial resources is also very important. Okay, the resources available at the firm is very important again to produce the goods and services and to satisfy the goods and services. If the resources are not there, what they are going to produce? So the manager, that is the business person, has to arrange the resources. Okay, what are the resources? Physical resources, financial resources, very essential. Physical resources like your building, plant, okay, land, machineries, okay, tools, equipment, raw material, that all comes under your physical resources, whereas the financial resources is nothing but your fund and money and capital. Okay, financial resources are very essential in order to purchase your physical resources. That is why you have to make arrangement of the physical as well as the financial resources. Next one is earning profit. As I told you, earning profit is very important objectives of business. The main objective of business is to earn the profit. You have to earn the profit in accordance with your investment, in accordance with your objectives. Okay, whatever you are going to get return from your investment is what the objective, and it is very essential for the survival of a business. If you are not earning profit, how you are going to survive, how you are going to operate, or how you are going to continue your business? That is what earning profit. Manager, performance and development. So in order to manage the business enterprises, in order to develop the business enterprise and to coordinate the different activities of the business, manager is must. Manager performance is essential. The manager is a person who is going to coordinate the different activities in a business to achieve the target, to achieve the set objectives. So motivation policy and the programs has to be implemented in a business. So the enterprises has to actively work towards the development and the performance of a manager. That is what manager performance and development. Next one is worker performance and attitude. The worker performance and their attitude will highly contribute towards the productivity as well as the profitability of a company or business. Okay. So thereby the enterprises or the business firm frequently have to arrange the training facilities and developmental programs. Thereby they can improve their performance as well as the attitude and contribute positively towards the development of a company. That is what worker performance and attitude. Next one is social responsibility. Social responsibility here means, as I told you in earlier, so previously the business people only concentrating much on the profit, but now they have realized that business is a part of society. As a part of society, they have certain obligations, they have certain responsibilities and duties towards the society as well. So here, social responsibility is nothing but the obligation of a business person or the obligation of business towards the society in meeting the various problems of a society or other sections of a society. So here, the business owes a responsibility towards the different stakeholders. The stakeholders like the workers, okay, the shareholders who have invested their amount in a company, and even the community we can say suppliers, governments, different, they have responsibility to the different sections. Coming to the workers, they have to give a fair salaries and wages, good working environment have to provide, okay, they should respect their dignities, okay, their respect should be there, and even called for the participation in the decision making, information should be provided. That is what responsibility towards the employees. Towards the shareholders, for their investment you have to give a fair return and necessary information about the companies, about the performance of the company you have to provide. That is what the responsibility of a businessman towards the shareholders. And coming to the community or the society, you have to give a employment opportunity to the society and even good, fair and good quality of goods and services you have to provide at a reasonable price. Okay, you should protect the environment. Pollution should be reduced. Okay, that all comes under your community. Coming to your government, coming to the society, suppliers and the bankers, you have to give them a correct information. Okay, when you are borrowing loans from the bank, okay, correct interest you have to pay. Okay, you should not keep anything secret with themselves. Okay, that is what comes under the bankers and the borrowers. The government, you have to pay the regular taxes and you have to follow the rules of country, rules of land. You have to follow whatever the rules and regulations are there, that should be followed. This is what the social responsibility, and whatever the problems faced by the society, that you have to take a part, actively part, and solve the problems that the society is facing. This is what the social responsibility of business. Okay, so these are the multiple objectives. First is market standing. Next one is what? Innovation. Innovation is essential to survive, to glorify yourself in a market. Okay, that is what the innovation. Next is what we say? Productivity. The value of input with the value of output. Comparison between two will says the efficiency of the firm, the progress of the firm, which is essential for the longer period of time. That is what productivity. Physical as well as the financial resources is essential. Earning profit, manager performance, okay, workers performance, and social responsibility. These are the major objectives of business. Okay, thank you.